Hello, Chicken Coop Army! Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing our Minecraft Survival Series, episode number 3. Now before we do that, let's go ahead and get into the Christmas spirit. Since this is going to be the least Christmassy out of them all, I might as well make it Christmas themed. So the colors we're going to be going for today is green and red, which I have right here. It's kind of hard to see in the background, but it'll do. It is Christmas season, so it works out. Not to mention my Christmas candle, which I have right here. Now this is a holiday collection homemade gingerbread candle. It is homemade, and it is very fiery, I have to say. That might be too fiery. I'll keep an eye on it. But we shouldn't let that spoil our fun in our Minecraft survival world. Now, today's mission really is simple. We're just going to try to gather more materials, maybe even go mining if possible. I know we did a little of that in the last episode, but I want to try to dive deeper into the Minecraft survival series itself, since this is a 100-day series, which means you're going to be seeing 100 episodes. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. So, if you're wondering why I still have the Sticky Keys meeting world, I'm just keeping that just in case, because Sticky Keys may be gone, but you never know. He may return, so that's why I'm trying to keep it up. So that way, if something were to go wrong, I have the way back in. You know, it's kind of like one of those portals. You go in and go out. If you get rid of it, you can't go back. That's kind of what we're getting at. So I'm keeping it for now just in case. It's been a while since I played Minecraft. I've been focusing on those real-life videos. I haven't really been doing gaming content. So it is good coming back into it. Now, as said, it is the whole entire Minecraft day. So right now it is dark outside. Meaning that we have monsters to worry about. I don't know why it's so hard to break blocks now. I remember in the last episode of the series, we put torches around. I don't know what is going on, but things seem to be glitching out, which is a bad sign. Okay, I don't know what is going on, but we're just going to take care of this zombie. I don't know why the lag is very bad. This is not good. It's not laggy for me, but it's like the game is laggy. That doesn't make sense. Like, my character's moving fine, but it just seems like the blocks and characters in the game are not functioning correctly, which is very sketchy. And you see the moon is going down, which means daylight is going to be coming closer. It will make it easier for us, but as said, the beginning and end of the series is going to be the difficult part, because we're going to be in the nighttime. Now this is just one half of the night. Once we get to the end of the day, we actually have the other night to deal with. And I need to eat my steak because we are very low on health. Since it's been a while, I am going to go inside my base real quick and just make sure everything's all set. Just to recap what I have, because I need to figure out what I am going to do today and see what needs to be done. I do have some obsidian, which is very nice. I think one of the first things we need to create is a chest. That's one thing I did notice. We don't have a chest to store our stuff. So we're going to go ahead and put all the important stuff away in here. So I think I want to keep my obsidian. What else? I think we can keep a carrot too, because who knows, we might have to do some farming. Okay, looks like we do have a furnace, which is our to-go furnace, because our house is very small. Maybe we can work on that today. Maybe try to extend our house. That is a possibility. We do have these golden hoe and pickaxe, but I think I'm going to use them, because they have Curse of Vanishing and Curse of Vanishing. Okay, they both have Curse of Vanishing, meaning that once you drop them, they disappear, I think. I think that's what it means. So, oh wait, that's right. If you were to die in-game with your inventory, and you drop all your items, they will disappear. They will not stay around. I think that's what Curse of Vanishing does. We do have more torches, so at least we have that with us. Flint and steel is definitely going to be useful later on, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that in the chest. We can also plant some trees too, because we have quite a bit of those. Not to represent team trees or anything, but we definitely need to plant them. I'm not going to be holding on to trees. That is very weird. That is strange. I know me and my friends play our own survival world, but, you know, I haven't been on there lately. It's because I've been busy with other things. And especially since I have my own world I'm playing on, I want to make sure I get back to that. And it is dangerous out there. I almost died again. Oh, that reminds me, we need to make some armor because we don't really have much. We got a leather tunic and some golden leggings, which are very classy, I have to say. But other than that, we literally have nothing. This is our third episode, and we really haven't made much progress. Okay, I'm going to be keeping an eye here. I don't want to get spawned by mobs. I also want to keep track of my health, too, because I want to make sure I survive. It'd be awkward dying in this series. I honestly don't know if I have died already. If so, I probably died in the first episode, which is more than likely. And I also noticed from the first episode, it was very laggy and terrible with the editing. I am so sorry about that. There was nothing I could do. But we have improved. We have now a smoother Minecraft experience, which I think is pretty good. And I'm sorry about lifting my glasses and stuff. It seems to keep falling down, which messes up what I see. As a kid, I had to wear glasses because I could barely see the whiteboard. Yeah, you learn a lot from watching my videos. I can definitely tell you some stories of mine. When we get to the last week of this month, I'm going to be doing a couple of videos dealing with my past, but they're mainly going to be about pictures and videos and stuff that I've taken over the 2025 year. It's going to be kind of difficult making that video, though, because some of the files are not acceptable on the computer, so I really need to figure out what I'm going to do for that. Okay, looks like the day is coming through. That is amazing. We don't even have a door. In fact, we might not even have a house if this creeper blows up. Like, literally, this creeper could literally destroy my house completely. That's how big my house is. One creeper can blow this entire thing up. Alright, let's get to work. As I said, there's not much during the daytime, so we need to maximize it. So we're going to get a bunch of wood, bunch of saplings, and probably some cobblestone too, because, you know, I want to be careful with my house. I want to make sure that it doesn't burn down. It's the last thing I want. You know, my friend Sadie loves to build tree houses for some reason. She really is into that. My friend Chase, well, he's kind of a messy builder, if I would say. Because when we go to a village, he would just take the materials from a villager house and create it. And even when he does, he doesn't even clean up the mess that he made from the villager house. He just leaves it all hanging. Just like with trees, some people leave trees around. Like, they don't even get rid of the whole thing. They just leave, like, one part of it up and about, which makes the tree float. So, when I try playing survival wood, I want to make sure the world is clean, you know? Get rid of all the oak logs on the tree that I'm mining. And making sure the terrain is beautiful. Because Minecraft terrain can be a little messy. And terrain deforming is very essential for making the world a better place. I do apologize if I'm a little chatty today, but at least it's a good inside. That's one thing for sure. Rotten flesh, even though I don't want to eat it, it is a food source, so we're going to eat it anyway. Alright, I'm going to get some more wood here. It is very important that we do. So I think for today we are going to expand our house and make it something even better. It's still going to be small, but at least it'll be something. So it looks like the sun is going up, which is fine. So we're going to really have to get a move on though, because I know how quickly it can go. Just make sure I clear this up too, because it's kind of ugly. You know, trees one thing, but whole entire logs on the ground is another. I think we should start our mining experience today. I think that would be an epic continuation of the series. And speaking of which, we have a mine right here. What do you know? Oh, and I do have torches right in my inventory. I can't believe I missed that. Alright, the only thing we gotta worry about down here is mobs. That's really the only thing we have to worry about. No horror mods or anything like that. We're not doing any of that today. That's actually going to be next time when we do our Minecraft video. That's going to be another long video, I know. But I'll try to make it shorter. It was the first time doing it for the first part. But as we go on, I start to understand the concept more, making it quicker paced. And yes, it'll still be laggy in our terrifying mobs, but there's nothing I can really do about that. At least for here, you don't have that. You know, we can at least play a Minecraft survival world without the horror mods. I know how stressful it can really be. And if I was in survival mode, oh boy, I would have dead many a time with the terrifying monsters. It wouldn't even be funny. I'd probably be dying left and right. A lot of creepers today. I seem to see a lot of those. Help there, but also kind of ruined my torch placing montage, which I don't really like. Speaking of which, I seem to have ran out of torches, so that is great. What am I gonna do? There's no coal around, so I can't really get more torches. It seems like this episode is a mess, doesn't it? As I said, it's the beginning of the series, so really trying to figure out what to do next. I think it's time to go back up to the surface. This cave was a terrible discovery. There's nothing down here. Just stone and copper. That's all you get. Let me just try to get my way out of here. There we go. Whew. You know, Minecraft can be very difficult, I'll give it that. Okay, the middle of the day, so we really need to get back to our little hut. I need to make the new improvement today. I think that's really what we're going to be focusing on. There is a fox, which we did chase last episode. And here's a cow with a totally different skin color. That was one thing I found surprising about the mobs, is that they had different skin colors. See, this is what I mean. You know, you just can't leave this stuff around. I don't know how I missed this. Man, I gotta go up a more. At least we got some sand to work with. I gotta make sure this place is nice and tidy. Okay, let's go ahead and mine with our fish, because I don't really want to use my tools that way. You know, that would just be a waste of mining. There we go. And we're right next to home, which is on this sandy little beach. I really don't know how much material we have. I'm hoping it'll be enough to at least expand the base. What it looks like, I think we will be able to. We're going to use some spruce logs as our corners. And I think they'll give it a very fine touch. Let's first of all destroy what we have already, because I really want to build my house here. You know, it's like right in the middle where we put our torches. If I were to try to move the base a little bit over, it would be off balance. So I think here would be a perfect place to build. It's where I built originally, with this small little hut. But that's because, you know, we didn't really have a lot of time when we first started the series. To be honest with you, I don't know how people were able to get so much done in one day. It's like a nightmare after nightmare. I'm trying to get the stone. We really don't have a lot of stone, so I don't think we're going to really focus on that. But for the foundation and stuff, we're going to try to use wood as much as possible. I don't know why I'm filling that up because there's no really point in doing that. Okay, so I think we are ready to start building our new house. So we're going to go ahead 3 blocks up. As said, I am going to take this seriously. We're going to try to make a bigger house. Let me just figure out how wide I want to make it. We have 3 blocks there. We can probably do here. Yeah, that looks right. There we go. Start with the corners first, then work your way in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do 7. A 5 by 7 sounds like a perfect home for me. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. And we don't really have much oak planks, which is fine. We do have a lot of spruce, so I think we can work with that. Now let's start with the edges here, because that's really going to tie the whole place together. Okay, now our entrance, I am thinking of putting it in the front, right? What? Oh, never mind. For a second I thought it was off-center, but I guess not. It's going to be a one-door home, which is totally fine. And we can go ahead and do that. I said it's not going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but, you know, it's still going to be a home. Yikes. Wow. Maybe I should have gotten it a little bit bigger. That's fine, though. One thing we have to do is smoke some glass, so we're going to get our furnace running. We do have some sand, so we're able to do it. I don't know how much we should use, but honestly, if anything, I think it would be better to use some of our oak planks. Let's go ahead and put a crafting table down because we're going to need it to make our door. And actually, I really want my door to be like oak because I feel like that will be a little bit better. I just try to get this all situated here. There we go. We don't need 2 crafting tables, that's for sure. One is to stay here and one's to go. That's really what the focus there is. Okay, we got a door. That is check. The rest of these doors, they can go ahead and burn in my furnace. Ha 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 ha. Okay, now it's time to make the walls. Because if night does come, I want to make sure we have protection all around us. If I were to just focus on the floor and not anything else, we would be doomed. Speaking of which, the sun is literally going down, which is a big problem for us. So I really need to hurry this up. Or else we're going to be in... Why am I creating buttons? I don't get it. This is not good. I don't know why I'm creating buttons. We do not need buttons. At least I only made 2, so I can put one on each side of the door. It's my new way of entering. I guess when you ramble on about other stuff, you start to mess up a little bit. Okay, we're going to do that. We'll do that. Once I get these walls situated, we'll be all set. I don't really like the idea of having like a window like this that kind of looks off. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it in a little bit more. Yeah, I think that will work. You know, we're going to have some very weird windows. Don't judge me. Okay, we got 6 windows. I don't think that's going to be enough. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be enough. But it's a good start at least. Let's go ahead and put some more wood in. I know we're going to need it. I think we should raise it a little bit. I think that's what we need to do. Before it like gets dark, I want to make sure that we have this place fully like covered. So we're going to go ahead and build it our way on top of here. This will pretty much be our roof. Like I said, we don't have a lot of material, so I'm not trying to make this too fancy. But at least it's an improvement. That's all that matters. Okay, we're going to go back down because a monster could easily spawn in. I just want to make sure we are fully protected. Now, I don't know if we're going to have to focus on phantoms. I really hope not. That's something I probably should have focused on today. I should have really focused on getting a bed. But that's alright. You know, it's been a while since I played, so mistakes can be made. But we can easily get that figured out in the next episode. Or we expand further, get ourselves a bed for protection, and try to explore a little bit more. There we go. I think this will do it. I really hope I don't have to make any more wood. I think it looks nicer with the raised roof, in my opinion. Here we go. I think that looks very nice. If I would have put it here, it would just be very tight. Okay, I think that's enough glass. Thank you very much. I don't think it's going to make any more. Yeah, just what I thought. We have 10 pieces of glass now, so we can go ahead and put them on these little spots here. I'm going to have to open that one up. There we go. And let's go ahead and open this up so we can put the last window in. Okay, so our little base is pretty much all set. Now it's time to focus on the floor. And since there's not really much material, I think I'm going to have to go with a spruce planks idea because we really don't have much around. Let me see if I can create anything in here that can be a different block, maybe? Slabs, but what's the point of that? I'm not trying to make my place lower than the ground around me. Yeah, I think this is what our design is going to be because, we're not really getting anywhere. We could make a boat. I think we could, actually. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Well, let's focus on the floor first before we try anything else. It looks like it's going to be spruce planks. Yay. Oh yeah, I forgot I need to change this out so our door can match. There we go. Alright, I hope you all have enjoyed this video so far. If you have, put hashtag survival in the comments below. That's the way I know that you have made it this far. It's definitely an interesting series. Hopefully by day 100 we will have defeated the Ender Dragon. Hopefully. But we're going to really try to get things done very quickly, so expect there to be some mistakes. As much as I want this to be a longer video, I think it'd be best not to because a lot of people don't really watch long videos. And I think that's something to be put into perspective. I do make a lot of long videos, so it's only fair that I make some shorter ones. But once in a while, really. When I really need to make a long one, I will, but if I don't, then I shouldn't bother. So look at this. We have expanded our base quite a lot. We used to be a 4x4. Like, literally. We used to be that crammed in. Now we actually have a base. Let's see if I can create any furniture. I don't really think I can, though. Even though I want to create some furniture, I don't think I can. Yeah, not really. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and use our buttons. That's going to be fun. Well, we're going to use a button right here. And right here. There we go. Now we have a button mechanism. Perfect. The mobs won't be able to know how to use a button, so it's only right that we add buttons. It's like a doorbell. It's just I don't have a jukebox. A jukebox. I meant a jukebox. I've been stuck with unspeakable snacks, so that word kind of slips out there. Well, I think that is going to do it for today's video. It was definitely an interesting part of the series, and we definitely got quite a bit done. I'm pretty proud of what we have accomplished today. We got a base, we got some more material. Other than that, that's really much it, but I think I am happy with what we accomplished today. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Because at 2,000 subscribers, we will reattempt the Death Nut Challenge. I hope y'all have an amazing day and night, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Peace out!